taught you the 10 most important words in philosophy. The 10 most important words in philosophy. If you don't recall what they are, we will review them right now. The 10 most important words in philosophy are: I don't know, neither do you, neither does anyone else. This is not a wail of despair, nor is it a declaration of intellectual skepticism. It is strictly a reflection upon what can be demonstrated to be true and what we do not yet understand. And if you peruse the popular media on the pronouncements of scientists and philosophers and their popularizers in the press, you will find two contradictory claims and virtually nothing else. The first one would be, we now know nothing. And the second is, we now know everything. Both of these are false, and they're both demonstrated to be false by the 10 most important words in philosophy. I don't know, neither do you, and neither does anyone else. And I can offer you a simple and, to my mind, easily comprehended demonstration of that fact, which is why I have my second best girlfriend Cherry Bomb in my lap today. The demonstration consists of, here it is, my left hand, I do that, I do that, I do that, I do that. Tell me how I'm doing it. I don't know, neither do you, neither does anyone else. Simplest thing in the world, flexing my muscles. In this case, flexing the muscles of my hands in two different ways while I'm talking to you. Drafting speech on the fly with no notes. How am I able to do this stuff? I don't know, neither do you, and neither does anyone else. Doesn't mean we'll never know. Doesn't mean we can't know. But it is a simple reflection of honest fact that at present we do not know. I happen to be engaged in months-long study, my own kind of study, completely without notes, without tabulations, without spreadsheets, but I am studying what children can learn. Young children, very young children, from, say, 6 weeks postpartum to age 4, 5, 6, what they can and can't do, and I'm doing it with hand signals. So I will start off with this, thumbs up. What could be easier? Thumbs up. It's interesting to see that children have to learn this. They have to learn this. Facial expressions seem to be universal. We may be born being able to decode facial expressions. They're universal across races, across cultures, across civilizations, across nations around the globe. Facial expressions are universal. We all know what a smile means. We all know what a scowl means. We all know what a glower means. And it's plausible that we're born knowing how to decode facial expressions. It's also easily plausible that we learn them in the cradle, and I'm not willing to contest that one way or another. I don't know, neither do you, and neither does anyone else. But hand signals must be learned. Children don't know how to do them, and they don't know how to control their muscles in order to do them. They have to discover all of that. And so with very young children, I will start with that thumbs up, and often I will get that in response. The child will see the one finger up and won't recognize that it's the thumb, and they'll show me the index finger instead. He or she will show me the index finger instead. When we get to the point where we can reliably produce a thumbs up, then we switch to V for victory. And this often is a problem also. I'll get this, or I'll get that, because the child won't recognize that the quantity 2 is important and the 2 fingers are important. So I'll get 4 fingers or 2 of the wrong fingers. And when we advance beyond that, we'll go to OK, which is remarkably difficult, very difficult for children to master. First, to get that circle of the index and the thumb, and then getting the other 3 fingers up in the air. This takes a while. I mean, literally, it takes multiple demonstrations over a span of time for a 2-year-old to master something like this. 4-year-olds often already know it, but they've learned it from somebody else. But mostly 2-year-olds have never been taught hand gestures, and so they have to learn them from me, from practice, and they have to learn how to control the muscles in their hands. They have to learn how to visualize the hand signal that they're trying to make and then make the hand cooperate to produce that hand signal. And it is not easy. It is not easy. That OK is very difficult. But it's really interesting for me to see, because for all of the ridiculous claims that you will see made particularly by neuroscientists, but by all sorts of big brain, high C academics claiming that we now know everything, no one can explain to you how it is that you're able to engage in that kind of voluntary muscle control. And accordingly, I will this week grace you with not just the 10 most important words in philosophy, but the 3 most important words in all of human scholarship. And those 3 words are, I was wrong. And if you ever find that in the public prints, then you'll know you're dealing with an honest man. My name is Greg Swan. This is the Church of Splendor. Where we believe in hand control even if we can't explain how it's done. And I will talk to you again next week.